you actually got nominated for Emmys for this
Two
show.
Emmys.
2 Emmys. Because it's, what, 4 seasons now?
4 seasons.
It's on BET Plus and Paramount Plus?
It's on BET Plus and Amazon.
And Amazon.
You can get it through Amazon.
Got it. Now, how did it feel? Because, a lot of times comedians, and I interview a lot of comedians, people like Ari Spears that start out as teenagers and, work their way up and work their way up. You start off at like 30, right? You start off later in life.
Yes.
But and you see a lot of comedians, like people like Aries who've never had their own TV show. I mean, they're on Mad TV and so forth, but to have the Miss Pat show as someone who started very late in the comedy game, how did it feel to actually have that?
It feels great. I can say this. I'm Miss Pat, and there's not another one of me. I'm unique. And I think that's why I was able to start so late in this game. Nobody's going to tell you the stories that I tell you because these are personal to me. We created a show from my life, and everybody's life is different. Mm-hmm. But it really feels good. I'm a little black girl from the inner city of Atlanta. I got 2 TV shows. Life ain't that bad no more.
Right. So you have some interesting actors who are on the show with you. Janet Hubert, the original mom from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Man, when she came in and she accepted the job, I was like, I'm sitting here acting with Janet Hubert. I was a little starstruck.
Tommy Davidson showed up on there.
He says crazy.
Yeah, I've interviewed him. He is crazy.
I love Tommy.
He's real life crazy.
He Negro Poppins.
Don Curry's on there.
Yes, he's been on there.
Marla Gibbs, who we've interviewed before.
Yes, she's awesome.
You got some real legends on there.
Yes.
So it went 4 seasons. Is there a 5th season coming up?
If y'all keep watching, the 5th season will be on the way.
Got it. And then you have another show.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Miss Pat settles it. Okay. So we shot an episode of a court episode on the Miss Pat show. And I'm always trying to create, so I have an overall deal with BET and Viacom. And I'm always trying to think of stuff that's original, that a space that BET haven't been in. So me and my co-creator was talking, and we was talking about a court show. So at the time, he was working on a Tony for his play Ain't No More. And so we had been talking back and forth about this, and my people went out and we found a production company. What is it called? 495. And we talked about it and we put it together, and they came back with the name Miss Pat Settles It. Which I'm not gonna lie, I was like, because when I originally talked about this court show, it was for somebody else. But the network said, no, why don't you do it? So I became the judge, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't know if it was going to work because I have to carry that show with ab libs. And it came out, and it took off. And we just finished taping the 2nd season.
Love it.
Which is hilarious.
Love it. And then in 2022, Netflix put out Miss Pat, Y'all Want to Hear Something Crazy stand-up special. And this is like the goal for every comic, to get that Netflix special. Now, Robert Townsend produced it.
Yes.
Producer directed it.
He directed
it. My bad. He directed it.
Wanda Sykes company produced it.
Right. Wanda Sykes was involved as well. Now, Robert Townsend, really one of my favorite directors. 5 Heartbeats. One of my all-time favorite movies. And he directed, was it Eddie Murphy's first or second stand-up?
He did Bill Cosby and Eddie. Those are only 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He had done. But let's make sure we say it right if we're going to say it.
Get the angry phone call from him.
Yeah.
How did you get him to direct a stand-up when he hasn't done one in like 30 years?
So, I originally wanted Robert Townsend to direct on the Miss Pat show, but he was too busy. And so I wanted him to, I was just thinking when I said, how cool would it be for Robert Townsend to direct my stand-up special when he's only did Bill Cosby and Eddie Murphy? So I go to him. And the first time I put it out, I didn't get an answer back. The second time, I was in touch with Debbie Allen, who directed the pilot of the Miss Pat show.
Okay.
And he turned me down. Then you, Robert. And that shit hit me in my chest. And I wanted to cry because I wanted Robert Townsend so bad that I called Debbie Allen. And I said, I'm begging you, please tell him or ask him to direct my special. And he called me back. He said, anybody that get Debbie Allen to call me must be serious. And he agreed to direct the special. And I was so happy. I was so happy.
Yeah, great special. I just got to watch it this morning.
He just didn't direct it. Like, I would have to report to Robert Townsend. I would go on the road and work out the hour. I would come back with it pre-recorded, and I just sit in his face, go to a little place like this and rehearse in front of him the whole hour. And he would tag the jokes and tell me record them and come back the next week. I was like, oh, you get on my goddamn nerves. I was like, this is too hard. He was supposed to be doing all of this. But when it was time to take that bitch, it fell out of my mouth like butter.
Was that the biggest check you ever got for the Netflix special?
Nah, BET my biggest check.
Okay. I'm sure it was a nice check, though.
It was a nice check.
Was a nice check.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but nah, BET.
Okay.
BET put a ring on it.